In this video, I'm going to show you how to add the person schema to your WordPress website using Schema Pro. Now, when we talk about the person schema, the first thought that probably comes to your mind is that the knowledge graph, or when you search for a person and this knowledge graph comes up on the screen, this is coming from the person schema. But actually, that's not the case, because the person schema actually does not have any rich result associated with it. In fact, if you go and check out the Google Structured Data Guidelines, I'll open that up here, there's not even an entry for a person type schema. Now, after listening to this, you might be wondering, why am I creating this video and why you're watching this video, since the person schema does not have any rich results associated with it. Well, the answer is because not all schema types trigger rich results. But that does not mean that the schema is not valuable. In fact, the person schema is actually detected by Google. It just means that the schema has to be used in conjunction or in association with other schema types. Now, if you've watched the videos that we've done on the review schema and also the service schema, they worked in a similar manner. The review schema does not exist independently. It has to be associated with other schema types. And the service schema also does not appear in the Google's rich snippet guidelines, but it appears as the local business schema when you add the service schema to your pages. So the bottom line is that you can definitely add, and you should definitely add, the person schema, but don't expect it to trigger rich results just because you add the person schema. What you can do is add the person schema whenever you're talking about someone in association with something else. For example, if you're talking about a course, you can add the person schema if the course is actually presented by a person. In a similar manner, if you're talking about recipes, then you can add the person schema on the page when you're talking about recipes created by a particular person. I hope that clarifies the significance and the importance of the person schema. So let's start the process of actually adding the schema on the page. So we're inside the magical world of WordPress. Let's start creating the schema by going to Settings, Schema Pro. To create a new schema, I'll go to Add New and click it. I'll choose the person schema from all the schemas available. Hit the next button. So here comes the targeting options, and this is one of the most powerful features of Schema Pro in my opinion. Now, if you have multiple pages on your website, you don't necessarily want to add a particular type of schema to all the pages on your website, right? If you are talking about a particular person, you would want to add the schema only on the pages that talk about that particular person, not on all the pages. But how do you decide that, or how do you tell Schema Pro that these are the pages that you want to add the schema on? Well, the targeting options is the answer, and you have a bunch of options to actually decide or tell Schema Pro how the schema, or on which pages the schema should go on. Let me show you the options. So you can tell Schema Pro to add a schema on all singulars of your website, only the front page, all the posts, all the pages, only on the custom post types. Both of these are custom post types, and also target specific pages posts or taxonomy and even archive pages. So this gives you complete control over where you want to add the schema. And in similar manner, what you can do is use the same rules and exclude certain pages from not getting the schema. So if you have any exceptions that you would like to have, even if some pages appear in a certain category, but you don't want to give them the schema, all you have to do is choose these pages in the exclude options. Just for this example, what I'm going to do is leave the enable on all singulars, which means all the singulars on my website, including custom posts, will get the schema. Let's click the next button to proceed. So the schema is now created. Let's complete the setup and we'll customize the schema now. So this is the schema editing page where we make all the changes to the schema. We configure how the fields or actual schema fields play out, which we'll talk about in a second, but you have a bunch of different options as well. You can name the schema and also change the targeting options. Now, the person type schema, the idea would be that you would create one schema for every person that you talk about. We were talking about Sundar Pichai in a previous example. So if you were to talk about, or you want to create a schema for Sundar Pichai, you would create one schema and then use it on all the pages that talk about Sundar Pichai. So this is the schema edit page. Here we'll configure the schema, and you can also come back to this page at a later date if you want to make any changes. So we have a bunch of options to configure here. First of all, we can change the name of the schema. Now, in talking about the person schema, the ideal scenario or the ideal way to work with Schema Pro would be that you create one schema type for individual people that you want to mention in the schema of your post, and then just add the particular schema type to that particular blog post. If you didn't follow that, it will become clear in a second when we talk about the fields. Right now, just let me change the name of the schema to something like this. And now when I look at the schema in the schemas page, I'll instantly be able to identify that this schema is related to Sundar Pichai. These are the targeting options which we just covered. Coming to the schema fields themselves, here are all the fields that we can configure in the person schema field. And also, if you prefer written instructions for this video, there's a link to the blog post on our website. Let me open that for you. And it has similar instructions that you're listening to in this video. So if you want to make record or you want to send it to your team, this blog post will be useful. I'll also leave a link down in the description of this video to this blog post. So if you're not a Schema Pro user today, you can check this blog post out. Let's go back to WordPress. So as I was mentioning, there are plenty of fields to configure, and they are pretty simple and straightforward to understand. You have the person name, the gender, the date of birth, member of, person email, telephone, phone number, photograph, job title, homepage URL, nationality, street address, locality, postal code, region, country, and a reference URL. Most of these are pretty straightforward. There's no confusion. There should not be any confusion about what you need to enter in these fields. But there are a few things that you need to understand before you fully utilize the power of the person schema. First of all, there are two types of fields in any schema types. The first type is mandatory, which are denoted by this red asterisk right here, and the other are recommended fields, which is not mandatory to fill in, but it is recommended, obviously, as the name suggests. But with schema, usually what happens is the more data you can provide to Google, the better results you usually get. So just because in the person schema, only the person name is the mandatory field does not mean that you should only fill in the field or only fill in the person name field. The rest of the fields are also important, if not mandatory. Also, coming to the fields themselves, you'll notice that all the fields have new custom fields name in them. Now, what does this mean? Now, if you're not aware of Schema Pro allows you to map schema data to your existing post data or your website data. What that means is, if you have, suppose, let's say the person name, you can map it to any of these fields, which include the site title, the tagline, the site URL, and also post level data, which means the title of the post, the content of the post, and a bunch of other options, which makes it really convenient and also a lot automated to add a lot of schema types to your website. And whenever you see the new custom field, it just means that you can enter the data on the post itself. You don't have to configure it in the schema, and also you don't need to map it to existing fields on your website. Now, as I mentioned, for the person schema, you would create one schema for one particular person. That means the schema data is not going to change on a per page or per post basis. So whenever or whatever you configure here can be constant throughout all the pages and posts on your website. So there's no need to map it to a particular post data or even add the information again and again on the post itself. So what that means is we can actually configure all the information needed in the person schema right here, and it will remain constant on all the pages that we use the schema on. And also, if you make changes or you come back here and make any changes, it will reflect to all the different pages that you've added the schema on. That's pretty powerful. And to do that, all you have to do is, instead of the new custom field option, you have to choose the fixed text or fixed options option. And now the fixed text option is enabled, so the field is now editable, and we'll be able to enter the person's name in this particular case right here in the schema, and it will be added to all the pages that we add the schema on. So what I'm going to do is pause the video right now and change all these fields to the fixed text option, and I'll show you how to add all the information inside the schema. Alright, so I've made changes to all these fields, and now all of them are in the fixed text or fixed image options. And now what I'm going to do is pause the video once again and fill in all this information, because as I said, the fields themselves are not something that you should be concerned about. They're pretty self-explanatory on what you need to fill in. So I'll fill in these fields and I'll show you how it looks. Alright, so I've filled in all the information, and I'll wait for a few seconds so that you can look at the information if you need to. I'll scroll down on the page. And one thing I didn't mention was the reference link. So the reference link is just as the name says, it's a link to a reference post that can verify all this information. So in this case, I have linked to the Wikipedia page of Sundar Pichai, which also has all this information. With this, let's save the schema, and then we'll go to a particular post and see how the schema looks like on that post. So the schema is updated. Let me open up a post on my website and we'll look at the schema on the post. So I opened up a post on my website, and you can see the title and also the content of the post. And to see the schema added onto the page, all you have to do is scroll to the bottom of the page. And as you can see, Schema Pro person Sundar Pichai is the schema name that we gave it to it. Obviously not this, but person Sundar Pichai is what we actually named the schema. And all the fields that you can see right here are also coming in from the schema. So anytime on any page you add the Sundar Pichai person schema, will inherit all this information. And obviously you can layer this on, and if you talk about multiple people on the same post, then you can have multiple person type schema added to the page, and Google will be able to detect multiple people that you're talking about on the post. Now, as I mentioned, the person schema will not trigger rich results. So if we test this post out using the Google Rich Snippet Testing Tool or Rich Results Testing Tool, then you won't see any rich results specifically for the person schema. So what I'm going to do is test the schema or test this post in the Google Rich Snippet Testing Tool or Rich Results Testing Tool, and also in the Google Structured Data Testing Tool. So let's check out the results of the testing. So the testing is complete, and as you can see, the page is eligible for rich results, but obviously, as I mentioned, only the breadcrumbs and the site link search box is being detected, but the person schema is not being detected by the rich results test. Moving on to the structured data testing tool, we see that the person schema or the person structured data is being detected, and we can click this button and see all the details that we mentioned inside the post being detected by the Google Structured Data Testing Tool. Technically, this is all you need to know about the person schema and how to add it to your pages and posts, but let me take a few seconds to also explain the process of adding multiple schemas to a page and post. Let's go back to WordPress. So inside WordPress, let me quickly demonstrate the process of adding the course schema alongside the person schema. To add a new schema, I'll just click the Add New button, choose the course option, click the Next button. For this demonstration, I'll just select that particular page that we created for Sundar Pichai as the page that we want to add the course schema on. So I'm going to go to specific pages and posts. I'm going to type in Sundar and select the post Sundar Pichai. I'll click the Next button, I'll complete the setup, and now we're inside the editing page of the course schema. Now, since this is not a video about the course schema, I won't be going into a lot of detail about the fields themselves. I'll just update the schema and show you how the process or how schema will look like when more than one schema is added to the page. So let me update the schema. And now let's go to the post, and I'll refresh the page to show you how the schema looks like. So I've refreshed the page. Let's see how the schema looks like. And now you see two different kinds of schema with Schema Pro divided or separated by tabs. This is the course schema. Of course, it has no content, but that is up to you to fill in if you are adding the course schema. This is just a demonstration. Also, if we can switch to the person schema by just clicking the button right here. And now we have the person schema that we added on the page as well. And that is how easy it is to add multiple types of schema to your pages and posts using Schema Pro. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up on the video, and I hope you learned something new about Schema Pro and also schema. If you'd like to level up your WordPress knowledge, make sure to subscribe to this channel and also hit that bell notification icon so that we can send you notifications about whenever we upload new videos to our channel. And if you watched this video and you're not a customer of Schema Pro, then I'd highly recommend that you check out the Schema Pro website, which is wpschema.com. It has all the details about Schema Pro and how it can make your life easier. Of course, it supports a lot of different types of schema, which I already showed you in the demo, but you will find all the different details that I didn't cover in this video on the website as well. And while you're at it, you can also check out some other products that we make. We are Brainstorm Force, we make the Astra theme, and a bunch of different products to grow your business. You were listening to Yuvraj from Brainstorm Force, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe.